The Union Music Group, baby.
It's 10 to you. I'm a little different. I'm doing it a little different. No dry cap, no sneak dissing. Suit and tie standing on business. I'm doing it a little different. And I got it from the source. People's choice, call me too. You know the voice. I'm doing it a little different. Jumping fences, dodging prisons. Sega Genesis, now my house look a little different. I'm doing it a little different. Told me that I wasn't gonna make it till they see me, ooh, don't it hit different. I'm doing it a little different. I throw my money a little different. I make these twos with the ceilings. I pour enough to flood cities. I need 2002s. I'm only cashing out 50s. F4 in the Union, you gon' catch me in your city. And we done bought out the bar. It's nothing left but the building. Throwing that money.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl KB live in the studio today. I got TU in the building.
It is TU. We in here.
I got my guy CeeLo in the building.
What's up? Say cuz.
What's good, everybody?
What's good? What's good?
Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in to another WSSM Pressure 23 Radio exclusive. Pressure 23 Radio is a true global radio station airing 24 hours a day worldwide on iHeartRadio and multiple audio streaming platforms. We know a lot of you tune in today to see TU, but today we gonna get to know a lot about TU.
Let's do it.
This guy that you guys have watched over the last 2 years transition significantly as an independent artist. And today we're going to talk about that transition. How you doing, Tia? Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing this last couple of, I'm going to say months. Last couple of months. Tell us about what you've been doing the last couple of months.
Yeah, these last couple of months, I-20 shorty. We've been in Atlanta real heavy these last couple of months. Rubbing shoulders, you know what I'm saying, shaking hands, you know what I'm saying, doing everything but kissing babies, did it.
Right.
But really just putting this groundwork in, understanding that you got to get out of your hometown. You got to hit that road.
That's right. Right.
Right. So that was one of the things when I hit you up and told you it was about time for you to come back. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to sit down with you and talk to you again, because like I said, in the last 2 years you have transitioned from a local rapper to a well-known independent artist.
Gratitude.
And a lot of people aren't really aware of the transition that a person has to make within themselves to be able to navigate in the industry at the level you are. At the level you are to transition significantly. And that's what I want to talk about today.
Word.
So let's start from the beginning. When I first met you 2 years ago, you came in, you had your team with you.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you again, CeeLo.
Hey, same. Hey, good to be here.
You had your family. You have your family in the building today as well.
The fam.
Right. From that day, a transition in team appears to have taken place. Can you explain the importance of a team from this point of view today?
Mm-hmm.
First, the team you started with. Tell us a little bit about the importance of a team.
The importance of the team is very necessary, and not just saying you got a team for the sake of having people around you, but having a team that understand what needs to be done and how it needs to be done, as well as when it needs to be done. So throughout this whole growth, coming into this industry blind, just having a talent to rap and being a good-hearted person and expecting everybody to have that same type of love and loyalty. You know what I'm saying? It went the way it was supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? No bad blood with nobody. You know what I'm saying? We just don't want to say you outgrow people like you go through seasons. So we're in a different season right now.
Okay. From now to then, I've noticed we done an event. We did a concert here, and you were actually one of the featured artists on that concert. And the event that we had, we actually kind of arranged with the performer for them to be present during the time. That might I add, definitely gave you your props for opening. Definitely.
I appreciate it.
I noticed a difference in you have always been a performer. You've always been an entertainer. That's one of the things that TU, everybody know TU, you're going to get a show. When TU step on the stage, you're going to get a show. So tell us a little bit about your performance level, the transition. What was the pivotal point from then to now that prompted you to be the performer that you are today?
Once I realized that the lyrics weren't enough, and going back and watching those artists who I would deem puts on a great show and taking from what they do and trying to incorporate it within myself without doing too much to sacrifice my own personality or my own integrity, if you will. But just knowing that the lyrics aren't enough and actually being able to work that stage, put that energy on, find you somebody in the crowd that's locked eyes with you. And that made it easier for me. So now I'm performing for this one person. Everybody else just happened to get the show. But just knowing that it takes more than just being able to rap these days.
And I also, within that 2-year transition of growth, I've noticed a slight change in sound. It's nothing have changed about the authenticity. What is the most unusual sound or element that you have incorporated in your music at this point? What's the most? I won't say it's a sound, but in a way, it's an element. And CeeLo over there smiling, so I think he already know what it is, and he's probably smiling like, "Damn, she thought that." Yeah, we saw that.
I mean, so the instrument that I would say that I am utilizing the most at this point is my own voice. You can put any beat on. The way I articulate certain words when I hit you with that, that you know what I'm saying, that vibration kind of resonates. You know what I'm saying, with whoever may be listening. I've been compared, I ain't gonna say compared to, you know what I'm saying, because it's such a high regard though, but it's been your DMXs. When I'm in Atlanta, they hear me, they see me, they say, oh, you know what I'm saying, you kind of give me that DMX feel from the voice. But then when it comes to the mannerisms and then the subject content, then they want to slide in tip. You feel me? So that instrument, that's actually the most important instrument. No disrespect to the producers, but my voice.
It's a roar.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Right. And you know, when I actually invest time in these interviews, when I want to specifically sit down and talk to specific artists, I invest time in those questions that I utilize, and you never disappoint. You never disappoint, and it's important that any artist know that their voice is the most impactful, the most important, the most valuable element to any song.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? The beat is the beat. And we done all heard great beats without anybody on them. But then you take that same great beat and you got somebody on there who actually knows how to utilize their voice in certain pitches. That actually is what creates that lasting effect of that song.
Right. How do you translate your personal experiences now that you know that the most important element in your songs is your voice? How do you translate that in your music when you approaching your storytelling and stuff like that? How do you do that?
The approach is actually easier now. The hardest thing that I was trying to overcome was how did I sound on the track. But once I was able to actually lock in on my voice and realize how powerful it was, then to go in there and do any song is just, it's like a walk in the park, so to speak. It's easy when you do it. And this is something that I actually put that time in to do. Like I love music, breathe music. Not just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We talking that old school, Marvin Gaye, the Commodores, that type of vibe. Like that's what I actually grew up on, was that type of music and the stories that they would tell in it with the beats that they use. You know what I'm saying? You can give me a old Hot Tops beat, I might kill it like it was you know what I'm saying?
Future beat.
Yeah, like an 808 Mafia type joint. But I just love music. And when I realized that my voice was as important to the music as the actual music, it made it a lot easier, and it actually bred a whole lot more confidence.
Okay. So I noticed your grind is sort of, it has a real structure like a military, and I know you had that military background. So the grind that you implement in your work ethic as far as your music, could you explain to us a little bit about how I can see how you incorporate your military experience into your music grind? But can you explain to everybody a little bit on how you incorporate that in this hustle?
Going through the military, you're going as a shell, and whether your intentions was to come out to be as disciplined as you ever been is something that comes with it. So when it comes down to the writing, to the freestyling, there's a formula on how a song is structured, and you got to go and get that attention in the beginning. Hopefully the beat will do that for you to grab your attention. But your first words that you say on the beat is important as your first impression. So if I can go and get you with them first 3 words, that first grunt, then I got you. But just actually taking the time and orchestrating it, knowing what you finna say, how you finna say it, all of that matters. Like we had a saying in the military. Well, I heard it in the military, but slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So you can go slow, you can be smooth. And if you're smooth, then it'll be fast. It just comes with that repetition. You gotta put them hours in. Like I did my time in the hood on a lyrical basic training, if you will. Just spending that time freestyling when then nobody really care. So I didn't put in them 10,000 hours to perfect it, how I want to sound, how I want to do this punchline, or how I even orchestrate how the bars go. Because I may rap in the traditional left or right, but then on another song, I might, you know what I'm saying, go the Orthodox Jewish route and go from right to left. But it just all depends. But you got to be able to adapt in any situation. And that's one thing that the military has embedded in me, being able to adapt.
Okay. So how?
Well, I was just feeding off what he's saying though. You know, it's he got a truth to tell. You know, like folks say, he got a story to tell. It's a story, but it ain't a story. It's a truth to tell from where he come from, and what he been through to be where he at now. You know, far as I haven't seen that many people go to the military come out and be this rapper. That's just me personally. I haven't seen it.
Right.
But me knowing him, being around him, and he been through this, I'm seeing it, and I just seen what he can do with it, and I know how he can draw the crowd to him. And I was with him, and I witnessed that, how he drew the crowd to him. We was in I said, what we say? We just traveling the state.
Yeah,
we was in another city, and he took the crowd, and they loved him. And it was multiple, what about 20-some artists there, but he drew them in, and I seen him one time on the stage. The next time I saw him, he was at the top of the theater with all these people around him. I was thrown. I knew he had it, you know. And that was at a time when we was thing would change, you know.
Yeah, in the midst of the transition.
This was a transition, and I was there for that, you know. Right. But he got it. So, hey, it's the fam.
Exactly.
It is.
Right. So, you know, going kind of back to that military background, and you know, y'all just spoke on during the time of a transition.
Mm-hmm.
So, military training. How would you say that your training in the military aided you into recognizing the true authenticity of your team and what you needed as a team? How did you incorporate that military training, incorporating that?
That military training, it really helped me lock in on myself in order to realize who and what I am, so to speak, and to actually know what it feel like when you got people around you that got your back. Because you go to the military, you end up in this deployment. You don't know this, man. Y'all both in here lost. But going through this training, then you get overseas, regardless of color, creed, religion, like boom, somehow I know he got me. I know he can shoot. I know this man can, you know what I'm saying, perform combat life-saving skills if need be in order to make sure I'm straight. But that's why I take that loyalty to the extremes that I do, because I've been in situations where I didn't have to know you for us to have loyalty. We over here for the same thing. We on the same mission. Do what we got to do, you know what I'm saying, make it back home. So that loyalty is what I put this fam on. But that training is realizing who's with you. And then also by me being a reader, like I've been ready for 48 laws of powers. I can sit here and play dumb for you all day long. And you think you know what's going on. You think you got the ups. But the whole time I'm just allowing you to show your hand. And then when you show your hand, we're going to cut the deck.
So you have a saying, a quote that you use often. Blood don't make you family, loyalty does.
Blood don't make you fam, loyalty does.
Okay, can you elaborate on that a little bit? So what I kind of want to go with this, I want you to talk about your reasoning behind that quote. I see it a lot, and CeeLo, if you don't mind, once he touch on that, I would like you to touch on that as well.
Like the whole. That's the saying for the fam. Me and my partner Cage, we started the fam. Met him in New York. We was both in the military. He's from Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out H-Town. Shout out Cuz. But he had approached me, you know what I'm saying, with the F4 fam first, fuck friends. And I was all behind it. Like I said, that bond you create in the military, you know there's a different type of person to even sign up to go do this. So I created the saying, blood don't make you fam, FOM, loyalty does. Because as we all know, you know what I'm saying, you grow up, your cousins be your best friends. Then once everybody come into their own and things start to separate, you realize that you start to create a new family. It's not bound by grandma. It's not bound by auntie. And that's what that sayings come from. Because we all got cousins, we all got family. You know what I'm saying? That's a given. But that's not what make you family, or at least not FOM. That loyalty does. So shit, blood don't make you family. Loyalty does, and we standing on that. Straight up.
Yeah, that's what's up. I can't. This side, I come out in the family. I met him out. We was doing electrical work, and on the job, and he told me he rap. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Like we went. This how they went. We went to go get something to eat one day. You know, from lunch. You know. So we was going through this neighborhood. I'm like, hey man, shit, you coming over this month? I might need a pistol. It off the hip. I don't know him, man. This is my first day ever. No, I'm just not meeting him. I met him through his cousin. This is the first day I don't know him. He don't even know me. But we went to go get us something to eat. We went to this neighborhood. I was like, shit, man, we coming over here. We might need to be strapped. And he looked at me and said, shit, we getting up out of here. We all already here. So I was like, all right, man, that's what's up. And I'm like, damn, I don't even know that nigga ride with me like that. But anyway, well, after that day, we started hanging. We kicking it. You know what I mean? He was rapping. He was telling me he rap and all that. So he started breaking it down for me. We hitting it with it. And soon after, I started going to the shows and being part of it. So now that's when CeeLo became part of the fam. And it's the fam. It tests.
It's great like that.
That's what's up. So one of the misconceptions about your music. Okay. So first impression, we see you. I had somebody that actually think you was gonna do some R&B, you was gonna sing.
Hey, I like that.
So
I like that.
So one of the biggest misconceptions about your music is your style, your genre. So can you kind of clear that up for us a little bit?
My style is a combination of the era in which I was raised in and heavily influenced by New York. With my time being in the military, I seen the way that they orchestrated their lyrics, you know what I'm saying, from the battle rap all the way to your Camerons, your Hoes, your Jada Kisses, all that. And it was different to me because I'm from the South. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, something different. You kind of fall in love with it. You want to figure out how it works. So my style is a combination of being a Southern artist with a New York influence. But I'm not in no means trying to downplay my Southern roots when I say that. I know a lot of people are, you keep hollering out New York. I'm just telling you how I go, bro. But at all times, it's always Birmingham. Angela to be exact, but as a whole, I'm a Birmingham artist, born and bred.
That's what's up. And I noticed through conversations everywhere that you perform, and that's not local. You say that, right?
Facto. And I say Birmingham. I guess that's me. You know what I'm saying, trying to be the bigger person and make sure that it's all collective. Because I can easily go out of town and not say nothing at all, and it just be to you. But for you to understand what you're gonna get, I'm gonna let you know I'm from Birmingham, and you're gonna make your own, you know what I'm saying, presumptions about that. You're gonna make your own judgments, and it's gonna be totally different when you actually hear me rap. But anytime I'm out of town, it's always, you know what I'm saying, live from the 205.
Right.
No matter where I'm at.
Okay. So, oh man, you make this so easy for me. You do. So we have a lot of people that, you know, different artists from the city, when they get to the level that you're on, to as an independent artist, as an artist, period. When you're more famous, as they would say, you have a out of state presence, you're doing touring, you headlining shows. Congratulations on that. You're headlining shows and stuff now.
April 12th.
Right. So definitely we're gonna make sure at the end of this interview he give that information out so everybody that can support can be there. We have this often thing that I hear, that your boy arrogant, KB. Who to you? He arrogant. I don't consider that's arrogant. I don't consider it as arrogant. I consider it as confidence. I consider it as confidence. So with that being said, how do you handle that? How do you handle that misconception about as being arrogant? How do you handle that?
It's really irrelevant. Even if I wasn't doing nothing and I just happened to go to your neighborhood gas station and bump your shoulder and say, get out the way, and I wasn't rapping and I wasn't touring, I either be, you know what I'm saying, a hole, I be a female dog, I be arrogant, or you think the world is his. So it really don't have no effect. They're gonna talk about you whether you're doing something or not. But the fact that you're doing something, they're not gonna sit there and say that boy nice. Then that'll be to them discrediting where they stand at in their own right. So the only thing that you can say, looking at me and I'm doing what I'm doing, that boy think he arrogant. He think he all that. He think he really got it locked in. I do. I can't be nothing but me. And if my confidence and my arrogance offends you in any way, don't forgive me, because I am not sorry.
All right. So with us clearing it up, it leads me into my next question. And you laughed about it because I know you heard it, and so you laughed about it. Yeah. So with that being going, and you still go out and represent the city.
Yeah.
Regardless, and I brought that to bring to this point to what I'm finna say right now. Mm-hmm. They may say you arrogant. They can say whatever they want to say about you, but while they speaking down on you, everywhere you go, you speak highly of the city.
Putting on for the city, regardless.
And that's the importance, and that's what they need to know. That was one of the questions that I made sure that I was going to clear up today. It doesn't matter. I just wanted them to understand the importance of, you may, have a little envy in your heart and say someone is arrogant and all of that. And it may seem like it's something good to say, and you're an artist yourself, but this is a person that is not only when he he's in this different location putting on for himself, he's putting on for the city. And by him saying Birmingham has this type of talent makes people more acceptable to give you an opportunity when you show up.
Facts.
Everybody don't like real though. Can't be a real with everybody.
I had just made the post not too long ago. I understand that I don't have to be the first one. I know I'm one of them ones. Yeah. So even if somebody else cracking the city first, I'm gonna salute it. Because all you doing is putting a flashlight on the city. Like you can't gatekeep. You know what I'm saying? Because once you come out of any location, they're gonna go back and okay, what else they got out there? So to understand that, I don't have to be the first one, but I'm one of them ones when it comes to this music in Alabama. You dig what I'm saying? You know, we just spilled over into Georgia, so I'm gonna be modest and not say the South yet. But when it comes to this state and it's 205, however you want to label it, I know I'm that. And I ain't just saying it. We can put up, we can do however you want to do it to prove me wrong. I'm more than willing.
Right.
It's real.
Exactly. But right. I think that it's important that artists should recognize the fact that you do have artists that go to other states and put on for the city. Because you have so many that go to other places that have gone, that have made it, that don't even give the city credit, period. Don't even let nobody even know they from here. So to say some of that caliber trying to, you know, just show hate towards somebody else's career when you should actually be showing some form of gratitude, because like you said, you putting a flashlight on the city.
Thanks.
So you know, sometimes, you know, hopefully we have artists, they watch these, they understand to themselves like, hey, maybe this guy isn't this person we think. And you know, he definitely let us know that he don't care everywhere. You know, he ain't shy by letting you know he don't care what you think about him. I'm still gonna do me. I'm still confident for me, but at the same time, you should get this man his flowers for always, consistently, continuously putting on for the city
at all times. There's a couple of people in Afghanistan that know about Inslee. So yeah, we've been putting on for the city and the state.
Right, at least let us be known for something other than country.
Right.
Country, cotton, and cows.
That's it. Right. They quit to say you from them dirt roads. Nah, it's a city too.
Exactly. So we had the song that we played at the beginning. Different.
That's different.
You most definitely a different artist, different type artist, different type man, different type person. No matter how big you have become, anytime if I say, see you, if you here, can you come through? You always come through.
Fact though.
And see, that's where loyalty come in. You have to show this man this exact same loyalty. So when he make it, because he going, you see it, he going. That way when you see him, you can say, hey, TU, can you come and, you know, talk to the kids on the football team, you know, let them know that, you know, something different, you know, can you, you know, come to school, they need some helmets or something, can you donate some you just got to let people know like this man to be in a position to where he can actually change something significant within the city.
And that's the whole plan. Like you said, we're doing it different. So the certain routes, certain people want to go through when they, you know what I'm saying, actually get a bag. You know what I'm saying? Since we started this, it was always let's change our area. And it always just started with Inslee at first. But the more I come to this particular understanding in which I'm walking on now, then I had said in a song that probably won't be released, and no disrespect to any politician, though, but you know what I'm saying, when I get them means, I'm going to do it and we're not going to ask for y'all help. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot that needs to be done, and we always talking about, well, they ain't got nothing to do in these hoods, why it's like that, but yet and still, when it comes time for you to vote for what you need to vote for, and them people ain't talking about, well, how can we fix this community? But everybody want to go to Hoover, Vestavia, and walk on green grass. And you know what I'm saying? We still got them people where we from walking on glass. So the whole point of this is to actually make a difference in the city. It ain't just for the glitz and the glamour. I ain't just trying to come down crazy on your street. I'm really not even into all that. But I just really want to do something different in this city. Let's change the whole perspective. If they think we country, I'm trying to get on some Nipsey Hussle. I'm trying to bring Silicon Valley to Ansley. Let's like really do something different in the hood. Like for real.
So the song Different, as we can see, listening to you talk, we definitely know that it's one of those songs that it was inspired by, actions that you and things that you have done in your past and things that you plan to do in the future. The song itself, is there a particular situation or incident that sparked the creation of the song Different?
Nah, not at all. It wasn't like, yeah, we finna put on something different today. It's like my whole studio process, we go in there and we sit here and talk. So anything could be created out of conversations that we have. And I would always say that my process of getting to this point is going to be different from everything in my area and let alone the South. I don't want to jump on your bandwagon. I don't want to do none of that. I'd rather just build this with those around me. So someone's like, well, yeah, boy, you is doing it different. So that's how we sparked this whole track, which almost grew to like a cult following, if you will. It's like one of the highest stream songs on my platforms. Is that different? Like everybody can feel like they're doing it different. So that's how we came to that masterpiece.
Okay. So how do you navigate the balance between staying true to your artistic vision and adapting to the current music trends?
The only thing that's gonna work for me is doing me. The adaptation that's coming along with where we going in the music is either tempo or creativity. And I have the ability to do all of those on any given track. And like Cuz said, my story is deeper than what you just may perceive looking at me on the face value. Like most people don't know where I'm from, have no idea why I would go to the military, then let alone choose to go infantry. So my whole existence, my whole origin is different. You know what I'm saying? Not to say alien type, but I'm really, you know what I'm saying? It's really that one of a kind type shit.
Okay. So see, I told you do it for me every time. Let's talk about this military before we close this thing out. This was something that's very important to me, and I wanted to make sure that we got all the other music out of the way, the conversation about the music and the transition and stuff out of the way before we touched on this last thing that I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. You going infantry. Mm-hmm. When you came once before, you talked about that a little bit, but you didn't really get in depth onto the actual true meanings behind it. Mm-hmm. You gave us the reason why. And so today, talking to the younger generation, they have a tendency to follow people who have influence, artists that are on the rise. So at this point, with you having the following in the background and everything that you have, the statements that you make today with the influence that you have an impact. Mm-hmm. So could you please share with everybody that's listening your reason for going infantry?
So when I went to the military, I could have been a drone pilot. I could have, of course, been a truck driver, mechanic, could have been in the kitchen, could have been filing paperwork, could have been a medic, any of those things. But those were all things that I could have done on the outside if I had been handling my business when I was coming up, as far as understanding what path I want to go on. Infantry was the only thing that I couldn't do over here. And the purpose in going infantry, I'm saying, for those in the military, something happened to you while you're over that water, your folks gonna get a nice bag. So at that time, man, I just didn't want to continue to be a burden, to my mama, as far as it being the bare money, whatever you hustle up only lasts so long, or even it being casket and a plot. Like, that ain't how I wanted her to remember me. So in my mind, if I go over here when I know they busting, they fighting on a daily, like, you can step on the wrong sand pile, be blown to smithereens. So if I go do that, at least you're better to say he did something honorable. The nigga ain't down 28th Street. They ain't catch them coming down third after the classic. They ain't catch them coming out the palace. So death is inevitable. But I wanted it to mean something other than just me dying in the hood. So that was the whole purpose of me going to infantry. I know a lot of people talk down on the military like, I never go do that. But then you go get up and go bust yourself in the face for 40 hours a week and you ain't even got the benefits to show for your time. So let's stop looking at the military as if it's some type of sellout. You feel me? And start looking at it as the stepping stone that it is. We always tell people go to trade school. We always tell folks go to college. You can do all this going through the military, and you might not ever really be deployed. That's the misconception. They think you go to the military, you automatically going over there. I know captains that ain't never set foot on nobody foreign soil. You understand? So that's an avenue, you know what I'm saying, that most don't utilize the way they should. Like if I had a went in right out of high school, then you'll probably be looking or talking to a different two. It probably wouldn't even business. But by the time I went through the hood, all those, you know what I'm saying, backstabbing, all that, then going over here and then actually finding out who I am and what I'm actually capable of. It's like, yeah, the military was the best thing that I ever could have done, even though I was going to die. And that's the, you know what I'm saying, that's the other side of that coin. You never know what you're going, you can be going over here to do something. And then your whole outlook changes to now where you actually want to go do something with your life. And that's how we here now. I done been in the firefights. I've been blown up by IED. I done been clearing houses, lift the carpet is 90 bombs down there just waiting to blow. Had to call them folks to come clean the house out so we can do what we got to do. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody say you come from a war zone in your city. And I can respect that because I know what it's like on this side. But to actually survive that war zone and been through that it changes the way you look at everything, the way you approach waking up in the morning. Like all that is you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say a blessing. Like the life that we live over here is an opportunity. And a lot of people take it for granted.
That's deep. And I understand, you know, this what drew me to him, you know, because it's like he actually went to the military to die. This was his sole purpose. I'm going to the military to die, to take care of my family.
Like
and that just that when I heard that story, that just blew me off. And I ain't do nothing but draw to him, you know what I mean? So we here like we here now, you know. Sometimes you might see me, sometimes you won't, but I'm still there.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
And to me, it was important for him to share that story in such an impactful way at a pivotal point in his career, so that we have youngsters that's living to die, so they can say they alleging it because they was shot up on third, or you know, doing the XYZ, whatever they doing to revenge they homies and stuff like that. They really, you know, living to die. When if you want to not be a burden on your family, or you know, you looking for a purpose instead of you want to go shoot, they got places over there where they gonna give you some benefits, and you got kids out here and take care of your kids if you really want to live that. It's a career in that.
Facts.
And it's,
right. I ain't never heard it that way.
It sounds crazy, and I try to tell young people that if you want to shoot, it's a career. This a career choice. So you know, and it just takes certain people with certain influence to be able to say stuff like that, so people can comprehend it better. You know, we could be everyday people and we can say it, and they just won't get it. And that's the importance of artists using their influence to do powerful things, to you know, share real knowledge so that people can actually, you know, make better choices in life based on, you know, what they say. So your influence outside of, you know, constantly always saying positive, you know, things. How do you use your influence in the hood today?
When I had the opportunity to, when you see somebody is actually listening for a different perspective, I'm gonna just shoot it to you raw. Like If the path that you on isn't productive in any way, I don't really care how much, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what you're doing in the streets, what money you making. I don't care how many switches you're switching, how you sliding. You're not doing nothing for yourself in them instances. So when I catch somebody who really want to sit down and talk to me, like I done did all the dumb, you know what I'm saying? I done been down that path. And to prevent from having my outcome be like what I'm seeing yours going through, this is what I chose to do. But because I know they're sitting there and listening to me, they see how I am. They see how I'm living, how I might pull down. So that's already making them want to gravitate to see how he got it. But I ain't finna sugarcoat. I ain't finna go send no little homie on no dummy mission. I'm not the nigga say, yo, bro, go get a pack, flip the pack, bring his back, take him his. And after you do that, he might front you something else and then you go get back more. And you're not doing all that. Because that's been going on for decades now. And I ain't saying I'm going to be the one to be like, yeah, we finna change the whole paradigm. But I'm on some pop. You dig what I'm saying? I might sit here and say something now that might change somebody's mind who going to change this for everybody. So that's the impact that I'm trying to have in this game. I don't want to be your, oh, yeah, I got this, I got that. Because the only thing that's going to be left in this world is how you affected people. And if I can say anything or do anything to make somebody's day brighter or better, then, you know what I'm saying? I'm just depositing it in my soul bank. You dig what I'm saying?
That's what's up. What's up? Man, I definitely appreciate you coming in today, sitting down here talking to me.
I appreciate the invites.
Or on a more deep, impactful level. You know, CeeLo, I definitely appreciate you coming back to kick it with him.
Well, good to have him.
All right. So to you, of course, everybody know, but you still go ahead and tell everybody where they can find your music.
It is TUF4. You can tap in with me on our platforms, TU_fam first. Straight like that. You can go tap in with me on all your digital platforms, TUF4. We've been going crazy. We dropped a single November 1st to January 1st, just to be seen here right now. And now we all in the LA, New Orleans, New York. We here, baby. It is.
And before we get out of here, can I get a press play up about you?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready now. I was sitting here this whole time. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to actually go in here and display that I can do what I say I can do. And it was no preparation. I really ain't got that best of a memory to sit here and say, yeah, I'm finna go do something I wrote last. Nope. So what you finna get now is, you know what I'm saying, that full package as an artist. He can do everything, shoot, dribble, drive, score. It is.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, CeeLo, for coming back.
Thank you.
We'll have that press play dropping soon.
Amen.